hello everyone. In the previous video, as you remember, we have made the backend of our application where we have performed CRUD operation on products. So in this video, I am going to make this page. As you can see, this is the home page of our application, which consists of all the products, and these products are going to come from the backend. Uh, where we made the read operations. We are going to read the products from the backend and then show them in our front end. And along with that, I am also going to make this filter bar where you can, as you can see, whenever we click on men, it is going to show the data related to men, and it is going to show the data related to women's, and like this. Along with that, we are going to make the sorting one, this one also, where if we go to the best rating, then it is going to show us all the uh, sh shoes related to best rating, or newest, it is going to show all the new items, and price from low to high, and the price from high to low. We are going to make the whole product page here. Okay, so let's get started. So here I am in my VS Code, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the home page here. So in our pages, in the front end, we need to go in our front end, and then in src we have our pages here, and we only have one page for now, that is the landing page. And now we are going to make the home page. So we'll just write home.jsx and rafce, click enter. Now this is our home directory, but I think we also need to add the home directory in our JS. Currently, it is only showing landing page. So let's hide our landing page and show here home. Okay. So now I guess it is going to show up home. So okay, we need to start our server along with our database, along with our front end. So first, let's go to the front end and then write npm start. It will start our front end application, and side by side I am also going to start our backend by okay, here is for the front end, and let's create one more terminal for the backend. So cd backend, and then nodemon index.js. So we have started our port in port 8080 here. Now let's see. um yeah, so our application have just started, and I hope localhost 8080, which is our backend, also got started. Currently we have not made any slash get route. So if we will try to get products, then also it is not showing us products, because I think we have made a different route for that. So let's see what's the route for the product. So go to products route, and here we have slash fetch products. So I'm going to copy it and paste it here, and now we are going to get the products, but currently we don't have a product. We will push some products here through our API, but for now let's first design the whole thing. So for designing the things, I am going to use Tailwind components, like we did previously. In the Tailwind CSS, we need to go to Tailwind components, and then we need to search the component, or go to the components here, and then browse components and go to documentation. And okay, just simply search navbar, I think. Not navbar, actually we don't need a navbar, we need something to filter. So let's write filter, and as you can see, this is the category filter. So we are going to use this one only. So in the home directory, I'm going to convert it into React and then copy the code here, and let's see the code once. So we need this plugin. As you can see here in the comments it is written, then we need to add the in the tailwind config, this one, and then let's first install it. So some components we need to install first, then only we can use it. So in the front, like, go to the front end terminal and then write npm I and paste the one which you have copied, tailwind forms, and after that just to copy this require and paste it inside the plugins. Let's go to the application, and inside the tailwind config, the inside the plugins we need to paste it here. Okay, and now it is compiling, and I hope it doesn't show us any error. Okay, we have not applied it for now, so let's apply it. We need to copy this up, so let's copy it from here and then just paste it here, in the home, inside the home actually. Inside the home I am going to put the category filter, here. Actually not like that, I want a different component for the category filter. So for the category filter I am going to put the category filter in the component, because the category filter is obviously a component, not a whole page. Okay, so for that I am going to make another file inside the components, that is category filter.jsx. Okay, and inside the category filter I am going to paste the whole thing, and here, as we have put here the category filter, I just remove the comments, and here in the name it is given some example. So example is written only once, so we only need to change it once. I am going to write it something like, let's say category filter. Okay, and now we are going to import the category filter in our home directory. So category filter. Okay, so now we should see our category filter. Let's see, let's reload it once, and yeah, so as you can see we are now, here is our category filter, but it consists of some default values. We are going to change those stuffs, and inside the category filter I also want to add a list of product. So let's go to the search of the tailwind css and like write list product or product list, and from here we are going to copy the product list and going to put it inside the category filter. So inside the category filter we can put our product list. There will be some type of, yeah, so here you can put the product grid. Here you can write the product grid, and yeah, I think this is the only place where we need to put our product grid or product list. So let's see, yeah, this is only written once. So here what we can do is we can just put the prompt. So here we can write the children prompt here, or mm, actually I don't think that this is for the product grid, and here we need to put our content. Okay, so um in your content we need to put our content, and yeah, so here we are going to use the prompt and going to pass the children. So in the top we need to write the children, Here inside the category filter function we are going to write children, uh, and now it is not going to show any error. So yeah, inside this we are going to show a product grid, and we are going to pass the prompts like this, like the children, and yeah, just convert it into React, see the code. And here you have one more requirement. Here you need to install this one also, which is aspect ratio. So go here and then put one more and copy it, and then here it is given some error that we are not able to find the tailwind aspect ratio. So just write npm I aspect ratio, so it is going to download the tailwind css slash aspect ratios, and now the error should get resolved. Okay, just hit save once, and let's see. Yeah, it is giving error till now, so simply just uh, restart it once again, npm start, and now it is going to show everything clearly. But we need to like we have to give the children prop. So let it get started, and then we are going to put the children prompt, which is this one, the product list. Let's copy it, and till the time it is getting started, let's make the component of product list. So inside the components I am going to make one more file, which is product list.jsx, and here I'm going to paste it, hit save, and in the name I'm going to write product list. Okay, now we need to put the product list in our home page. Here inside the category, as you know, we are passing like one prompt, like here if you don't know the manner, then you can see this one, like whatever you write here, it is going to pass into these children. Just follow my cursor, that whatever we are going to pass in the middle of this category filter, it is going to show up in the children, which is this one. So in the children we wanted to show the prompt here, so we can write div and then write anything, hello world. And then if you will go here, then you can see hello world is showing here. So in here we are going to show our product list. So product list, okay, and import the product list. Now it is going to show the product list with just one product. Yeah, so we are going to change it, like we are going to put it in the whole screen. And I think currently it is also responsive, yeah, because the tailwind components are always responsive. So as you can see, here is your um, sorting, and here is your filters. Okay, so currently it is a bit responsive, but we need to make it for the whole screen. So let's write some css for the category filter. So in the category filter, let's start with let's see how we need to show our application. Like, so in a Nyclone we need to take the category filter and put it for the whole page. So yeah, and along with that we need to write here geared up, and the sorting will be almost same. and I'm going to remove this icon. This is of no use. Yeah, and we are going to remove the new arrival, and I'm just going to write the give geared up. Okay, so yeah. Hmm. So let's go to the first part of our application, and here first actually we need the nav bar here. So we have already made the nav bar, so I'm just going to put it raw uh, under this. Okay, so initially let's put the nav bar. So in the inside the div, let's give a nav bar of first let's make a tag out here and put it here. Okay, not here actually. Yeah, so we are covering the whole thing with a tag first, so that we don't need to put any other thing in the bg white. So we are not going to edit it, we are just going to put the navbar on top of this component. So navbar, and just import it, and then you can see the navbar is here, and now we are going to edit this one. So for this, let's um what can we do first? So we need to find the place where it is getting shrink. So as you can see, this is for the mobile filter dialog, and we will also have a desktop dialog or something like that. Let's search. This is the product grade. This is the filter. Okay, so transition route is here, and after that, I think from here the new arrivals. Yeah, so I think from here the full layout of tab layout is getting started. So what we can do is we can change the main first. So here mx auto max will be um, I'm going to put the max as same, small will be px6, and I want it to take the whole size. uh, I want it to take the whole screen, so I'm going to write as for the large we want it to max w full. Okay, so I want it to be to take the max width, which is 100%. So now it is going to take the full width. Okay, and I want 2 3 more products here. So we can do one thing, we can go in our product list and just increase the number of products from here, like just copy it here, and now you will be able to see some more products, so that we can get an idea of how we are going to, like how it is going to look like whenever there will be more products. Okay, so yeah, here lg will be max. This is the one thing, and then what we can do, we can remove the padding bottom and padding top of 24. So because of that we are getting this much of padding, so I'm going to remove this, and now as you can see the gap is clear, and in the new arrivals I am going to write gear up. Okay, so here I'm going to write gear up. Let's see. Yeah, it is looking good, but I want to make it small. So for making it small, I am just going to give a text large. show it. And I don't want any of these properties like font bolded, tracking tight, and text gray 900. I don't want all these things. So yeah, so it is looking simple and good. And now for the flex item center, um yeah, so I don't think I need to change this one. And for the relative inline block text left, this all looks good. And I think everything else is looking better. Let's see whether we need to change anything or not. Hmm. So we need to give some gap from here. Okay, so this is the one thing. And yeah, so for now just gear up. This is also fine. mm, yeah, I'm going to close this window up. Sorry, I closed all of that. So we are editing category filter. Yeah, so inside the category filter we have made up this one is also 900. And sort is also good, looking good to me. And here shift icon, chevron down icon, I think it is this one. This one is the chevron down icon. So I am not going to do anything with it. And yeah, and also menu button, I am not going to do anything with this one also. Or yeah, and then inside the transition also we don't have to make much changes. Here we have py1, and then we have font, and so everything looks good to me for now. For the button also we have this class name. I'm a bit confused to what this button is all about. So it is written view grid. So let's see where is view grid. um where it is written anything like view grid. So just give it a bg black red 50 so that we can see where it is located. Okay, not here actually. Yeah, so this is the one, and we don't need it in our tab layout, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it like, we don't need a margin left of 5. And along with that I want it to be hidden whenever we are in the tab layout. So I'm going to remove the sm small of here and just write lg as hidden. So whenever it is in the tab layout it is not going to show itself. Okay, and anything else, let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, in the tab layout we have this one which actually we don't need in the mobile layout also. So what I am going to do is I'm going to remove this square 2 by 2x icon. Okay. Maybe, yeah, just remove it. So there is a button, there is a view grid. Actually we don't even need the view grid also. In the button I think I'm only going to write here a span of filter. So not view grid, here I want it to be filter. Hmm. 3.500. Actually I want to see where it is located. So till now I have not got any idea like where is the view grid. So let's see. I'm not able to find the view grid here. Hmm. Most probably, like I think the span is here with a view grid. So where should it be located? In the button. Hmm. Okay, just remove it for now, and here I am going to write filter. So this is for this one, like for the tab layout here it is showing filter, and so for that I am going to write filter out here, and then um yeah, I was thinking that we don't even need this button, just forget it. Yeah, so um here is the filter, and the funnel icon is this one. Like in a mobile layout we have the funnel icon. As you can see here we have the funnel icon, so we need this one. And yeah, that's it. And after the button, we are going to see the section which consists of the products. So in the product we have a heading and SR only, and hmm, so in the category filter we are having products, and after that we have the categories, and after that we have, yeah, so here is the form, um, and before the form we have products. So most probably the categories is, hmm, okay, so these are the filters which consist of category, and here we have the category names, like from the subcategories. From here we are getting the subcategories from here, like the toques, backpacks, travel bags, etc. Yeah, totals, backpacks, travel bags, and other things. So actually from here it is giving a lot of gap, like from here, from the upward, we are getting a lot of gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the gap, like I'm going to give the PV as 2, okay, and PT as 6, and okay, and along with the grip X should be 8 and grip Y should be 10. Yeah, and the category all look good. And then we have the border of 200. Okay, this is also looking good to me, and everything is fine for now, I guess. And here PT is 6, space Y is 4. Yeah, so I think for now the filter is looking good, similar to our application, our original application. Okay, but one thing which we need to give, that is a bit of space from the left and from the right. So in the BG white I am going to make some changes, like I'm going to give some gaps, like from the PX I'm going to give 5, and for the tab layout I'm going to give some more space, like PX 12, and this is the ratio we have given till now. So now it is looking a bit good. And let's see for the mobile layout also. For the original application also, let's see the mobile layout. So yeah, it is looking kind of similar, but for the sort we need to change the size, I think. So for the sort of the mobile layout, actually here is the sort for the mobile layout. So for the mobile layout we have px 600. What changes can we make? Group is good, so inline flex is also good. Text is SM, and then font medium, okay, good. And yeah, everything looks good to me, but I am going to give it a padding X of 4. Okay, so now let's see. I hope this time padding X of 4 gave it some more gap. And now we want the icon to be a bit, yeah, I think it is looking good. um what else can we do? um okay, actually not necessary. So here you can see that it is looking kind of good. Now we need to like change the form of the product page, like the product list. Here we want to make it a bit better so that it can look like this. Okay, so let's go to our product list. Yeah, so this is our product list, and in our product list we have all the products here, but I don't want the products to look like this actually. um, as you have seen in our previous video that our product is not going to look like this. It will be having a title, detail, and along with that the images are going to we are going to get are in the form of an array. Okay, so we are going to change this product. So let's first remove the product once, and um, let's change it from here. Okay, just keep it one for now, and eventually we are going to change it. So initially we are going to have something like hmm, so here we have px auto and mxw 2xl. Okay. hmm. I don't want this customer can also purchase. Instead I want something like products, to show the products. In our original application also we are having something like, okay, in our original application we are not showing anything like product, so maybe we are not going to give anything here like products. I'm going to remove it, or else what else can we do is like hmm, yeah, so there are so many products, so we don't need to show the products. So I'm going to remove this one, and now let's see how it is looking. Yeah, looking better. And now inside the divs we have class of grade. I don't want a margin top of 6, so now it is going to go a bit up, and then this one is also good, and gap x of 6. Okay, and in the SM we have grid calls 2, and in the LG we have grid calls 4. I'm going to give it 3, so that it will show only 3 items, not 4. So let me show you. Here let's copy 3 to 4 items, and now let me show you. So now it is showing 3 items. Otherwise if we will make it 4, then it is going to show us 4 items. So I'm going to make it 3, and for the gap we want a gap of 8. Okay. And now for the products. So this is from here we are going to use the product array and a map on it to get all the data one by one. I'm going to show it in our product page. Okay, so for hmm, so for that what I'm going to do is like let's go to our data and let's see how is our data going to look like. So our going to so the data, the product data is going to look something like this. So we want like something like this. This should be our structure. The products should look like this. So just um, remove these things from the products and just put that one. So this just a sample. I am going to provide this one in the GitHub repo. You can go and see these values. I'm going to actually put the whole JSON data of products in that. Okay, so yeah, created that we don't need here. Rating is 0. Okay, and v dash dash also we don't need. And okay, everything of this is looking good to me. So for now this is just a JavaScript object, but we are going to get the data from the backend soon. So here, if you will go in the front end now, it is going to show us errors. So it is not showing us error, but as you can see we have a big box with nothing. So here in the product map we are going to have the product, and let's also give the index, otherwise the React is going to yell at us that we are not giving an index. Okay, so in the key you can give the index. It's your wish, nothing changes for that. And in the div I am going to change the aspect ratio, I think. And okay, the aspect ratio should remain like this. Width should be full and overflow should be hidden, and rounded should be I think rounded should be LG. It should be a, yeah, so it is looking kind of good for now. And for the LG it is going to give an aspect ratio of none, but I think we don't need these things. Like for the BG it is going to be, let's say, okay, so for the Excel I'm going to put an aspect of a height h, so aspect of h8. Okay, so here is the aspect ratio with height h, and along with that I'm going to put and width of, let's say, aspect of width with, let's say, 7. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, it is looking similar. Yeah, it is looking kind of similar. And in the images we are going to show the image from the src. So I'm going to show the image of 0. So product.image, as you can see we only have 4 images, so I'm going to take the first image and I'm going to show it here, which is going to be the cover image. So image 0. Now let's see. Okay, image 0 is not there. Images actually, yeah. So as you can see, we are here is our shoe, our first image of the product. And if there is no image, then we are going to show the title only. Okay, and then for the class name we have height full, width full, and object cover and object center. Along with that, yeah, I think that's enough. We don't need for the LG height full and width full. Now let's see. Yeah, it is looking kind of good. And then we need to show something like so whenever someone hover on it, I want it to be a bit of less opacity. So on hover it should get a opacity of, let's say, 75. So whenever we hover on it, it is not changing the color because we need to put group hover for on this one because it is an image. So group hover should be of opacity. Yeah, so group hover should be of opacity 0.75 or 75. Yeah, and then for the empty we need to show the pricing and everything. So initially here in this div, hmm, we have a group of relative, and this is the div, and then we have another div, which is going to show the product name. Actually, I'm going to erase the whole div from here. I'm going to write some h1 h2. So here, let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, everything is gone, and inside this div we need to write an h3. So it's going to be the product title. So product dot title. Let's see. Yeah, so it is showing the title, and the next one is product detail. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the product detail. um Actually, I'm not going to show the whole detail. I'm going to show some part of the detail. So product.detail.slice, and I'm going to show only 24 characters, and after that I'm going to show a dot dot dot. So now let's see. Yeah, now it is looking similar. Hmm. And then we are going to give something like the product details, after that the product color. So I think it is the color, right? Yeah, so color 2, color 1. Yeah, so it is the amount of color we have. So I am going to show the product dot color dot length. So we are going to show how many colors are there. So there is 4 color for this one. So just write color. Yeah, like this. So color 4, and then one more h, or I think this one should be a p tag, or yeah, I am going to make a p tag. Actually that doesn't matter because we are using tailwind, but still just make h3 all of this. Yeah, and now let's show the price. So hmm, um for the price, the product dot price and the product dot discount price. Okay, now let's see. The discount price should be earlier. Actually, I have written it after the MRP, so my bad. So now the discount price is going to show up earlier, as you can see. But one thing that we need to put an MRP and also this rupee symbol. Okay, so for that we can do one thing. We can write MRP with, let's say, hmm, we need Indian currency. Okay, so um what we can do is we can make a constant from where we can get all the constants. Like in the next parts we are going to make several calculations. We can make a constant file here in the front end. So let's make a file called constants. So inside the constants we are going to make some files like services, and from the services we are going to get some like, let me show you. Like if we need to do some calculations, we can write the formula here and can do the calculations directly by using the files or functions. So for now, let's make a constant which is Indian currency, and it is going to be like, we need to search from the browser. So Indian currency, you can use any other currency you want. I'm just going to copy this one, yeah, just copy it and paste it in the middle. Yeah, so this is our constant. We can import it from here. So just import constant, Indian currency from here, and we can use this here. In the MRP we can show Indian currency, and now let's see. Okay, it is showing some error. Not like that actually. We want to import it directly. Hmm. Your attempt to import which falls outside the project. Okay, so we need to put it inside src. By mistake I put that outside the src, so now it should work. So just import it from the components services. Now it should work fine. Okay, so we need to give the double quotation because we are installing the file. So as you can see here, we have the rupee symbol. Okay, so now we can put use of the rupee symbol here, and also in the price. So in the MRP actually, yeah, so in the MRP we are also going to give the Indian currency here. Now let's see. Yeah, so yeah, it is looking good. And we need to just write some CSS class to make them look good. So class name will be, in the product title let's give something like, from the margin top I'm going to give 4, and then from the text size should be SM, and then um, text should be like gray 700. Let's see how it is looking. Yeah, it is looking kind of good, and font should be semi-bold. Yeah, yeah, now it is looking kind of similar to this. In the H3, and similarly for this one I think we need to give some back, like some gap from the top of this title. So I'm going to do the same thing, like in the H3 going to give the class, and from the margin top going to give empty 2, and text should be small, and text should be of the same color, which is gray 700. And now let's see, it is looking kind of good, similar to this. And now for the color, I want it to be so for the color also same thing, I'm going to give a margin top of 2, and text should be small and text gray 700. Okay, so color is this one. And for the other one also I'm going to give the same thing actually. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, now it is looking kind of good. But let's give it a font of semi bold. Yeah, now it is looking good. So MT2 and text small. Okay, so for the price also I'm going to give the same thing. Okay, I made some mistake. Yeah, so font is semi bold, and then line should be through, because we want to show the line so that people can understand that it is in a discount. Okay, so line through and semi bold font, and yeah, that's it. So our page is this. And now let's give one more shoe here from our data. Let's see. Nike drift something. Okay, let's see what is it. And just remove the create at and other things, and also the ID. Now let's see. Okay, so yeah, it is looking good. So our page is complete. We are able to show the data, but not from the backend. We are just showing the data from here, from the products. So we need to just remove this one. Okay, so we need to get our data from the backend. So let's try to get our data from the backend. So what we can do is, initially we are going to make use of the Redux tool, first time in our project. So go to assets, not go to not assets actually. In the apps we have stores, and in the features we have these counters. So we only need two files. First one is the counter API, and the second one is the counter slice. Other things we can remove, so just remove the other things from here. Okay, where is it? Yeah, so this one we don't need, so remove them and save. Let's see whether there is an error or not. So there is an error that feature slash counter is not there in Frontend src. Okay, so I believe that we have used them somewhere, like most probably in app. Yeah, so in app we are using counter, and currently we deleted it, so we are not going to show it. And along with that, I am also going to remove the logo. So let's see. Yeah, and now we are going to fetch the data from the backend. So for fetching the data, we need to do one thing, that is we need to create a selector. And first let's fetch the data. So for fetching the data, we need to go here, and in the features I'm going to make a I'm going to copy the counter folder and again paste it in the features, and after that you're going to rename is as product, and inside the product I'm going to rename this one as product API, and this one as product slice. Okay, so this is our Redux files. So I'm going to remove the comments. This is a bit annoying task, but what to do. I should have removed it from the counter part only, because we are just going to copy paste the counter whenever we are going to make a new slice folder or a new API to fetch the data. So, and we don't need this one, this increment add off. And along with that, we also don't need these reducers for now, so I'm going to remove these reducers also, and these are also getting removed. So we only need extra reducers to get to the data, and in place of counter just write products. So here, like, write product slash fetch product, fetch product, not fetch count, fetch product. Okay, and then here also product slice, and name should be product, and here also we need to export default product slice. Okay, and one more thing we need to do is fetch product, and I'm going to make it fetch product, and inside the product API we need to make it as fetch product. Okay, and after that we need to go to store in the app, and also going to add the reducer here. So I'm going to make a new reducer as product reducer, from import product reducer from features slash product slash product slice. Yeah, and here in the product I'm going to write product reducer, and now our product reducer is ready. Now we are going to fetch our product details and put it in the state which will be used to give the necessary things to our application. So if you don't know what is state, what is Redux, then you can probably read the documentation of Redux, but for now, I am going to give a small description about Redux. Like, Redux is like a database in your front end where you can keep the data. Okay, so as you know, we are going to fetch the product details from our backend, so we are going to keep temporarily in our front end, where we are going to, from where we are going to show the details of the product. So for that we need a storage, so Redux helps in that way. So yeah, export fetch count. Okay, product slice 1025. Okay, so product slice, is there any problem? I don't think there is any problem. Yeah, so now if you will go to Redux DevTools, you can see you have a product with value none and status is also none. So you can just if you don't have Redux DevTools, you can just go to you can just search on the Google Redux DevTools and hit enter, and then go to the first link which is of the Chrome store, and just add it into your Chrome. I have already added it, so it is showing remove from Chrome. Okay, And now um yeah, so actually for the product list I was thinking that in the images maybe hmm, okay, just a moment. Hmm. So I was thinking about the image. The image is not like showing the full thing. Like here, as you can see, the upper part of the image is clearly visible, but in our application, it is not clearly visible. We are like cutting a bit of part, so we need to fix that. So in the image, the object should be covered. The object should be centered, and then hmm, what we can do is for the image we can um, what can we do, let's see, height is 1 and here we have a group of index. hmm. Actually we don't need this part, this is extra because we have this div itself. So why do we need this div? hmm. So okay, just remove the classes of this. I think it should fix it. Okay, it is not fixing it. Let's see. For the div, key is index. Hmm. Okay, so we will fix it later on when we write. We are going to include the CSS for changing the state, use state. So at that time we are going to write it. Okay. So for now, just leave it like this. Hmm. So our main task is to get the data from the backend, but currently if you remember we have removed all the things from the backend, so let's include them once again. So let's go in our yeah, so from here I'm going to give the whole data in my GitHub repository, so don't worry about that. So um, go to the postman and create a new request, and here you need to write you need to add a product actually. So create product, I think. Let's see it once what we have written. So in the product route we have wrote create product. Okay, so create product, and inside the body we need to give a raw data of hmm, yeah, so like this, and need to remove these things, actually JSON. Yeah, so remove the rating and the v dash dash along with the discount price. It is going to calculate by itself, so remove these things. And now let's use the send, and okay, it should not show us any error, but it is showing us a error, which means um Actually we are connected to our backend is running, and we need to make a post request actually. So post, and as you can see here is the response, and I believe that the data is made. Yeah, so one data is here, so we are going to use this data. We are going to like collect the data from the backend and show it in our front end. So to do that, go to initially let's make a function to fetch the data. So let's close all these things and let's go to product API, and this will be the function to fetch the product. We have made it, and now let's fetch the product. So the it is going to return a new promise, and inside the promise we need to give a function, and let's make it async function. Okay, and then make the function, and inside this I am going to like fetch the queries like the string, so or the data. So let's use fetch. So const response equal to await fetch. So fetch is an inbuilt method which we use to fetch the like the data from an API to show it in our front end. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to write http dot slash slash localhost 8080 slash create product slash create product. Okay, not create product, actually fetch product. I think let's see once product of route, and to get the product we write fetch products. Okay, so fetch products. Okay, and I doubt this product, so let's see it once in the index. Yeah, so yeah, it is products actually, so we need to write products. So now it is going to fetch the data, and um, it is going to fetch the data and show us the response, but the response will be in a different format, so we need to convert it into JSON first. So initially let's see once the data, whether it is showing the data or not, and just write a resolve of data, so that actually not data, it is response. Yeah, so for now just write console.log, and it is going to log the response, and we need to use this and use this function to fetch our product. So go to product slice, and inside the product slice, whenever we are going to dispatch this one, so whenever we dispatch the product we will get the product. So here in the product slice what we can do is um so here we are going to get the response, the data, and after that, okay, for now just dispatch this one, and for dispatching it you can need to do something like not increment, actually fetch products async. I'm going to write async to distinguish the name here. Okay, and here also I'm going to do the same thing. Actually it is not going to give anything for now, but I'm going to use it to see whether the data is coming or not. So let's go to the product list actually. Okay, so in the product list we are going to use the use selector, but first we need to get the products. So from where we can call the fetch so that we can get the products. So let me think. Whenever we like start whenever we get the product, we yeah, so we need to dispatch it to get the product, or we need to dispatch the function to get the product. So we can use the dispatch function from the app. Actually, from the app.js we can um fetch the products first. Hmm. Okay, so from the category filter I was thinking that I should get the product. Okay, so in the category filters we have these categories, so I'm going to change these categories one by one, but for now we are going to use a use selector. So use selector, or sorry, not use selector actually. So we are going to use a use effect, and then we are going to get all the products. So use effect, and from here we are going to dispatch to get the products. So dispatch should be written here, and I need to make use of the dispatch. So let's import the dispatch. Const dispatch equal to use dispatch. Okay, so use dispatch is not getting so use dispatch is not getting imported. So I need to import it manually. So import used use dispatch from React Redux. So from the React Redux we are going to use the use dispatch, and with this use dispatch I am going to like get the products. So dispatch, and we are going to dispatch the function which is going to call the which is going to call the product fetch product, which is fetch product async. We have written it in the product slice, fetch product async, so I am going to dispatch it. So category filter here, dispatch fetch product async. And we need to import it here also. So for importing fetch product async, just import it from the product slice, and now I think we will be able to see it. Yeah, not in our backend, actually in our frontend we should be able to see it. So let's go to the browser first, and here it is showing some error, failed to fetch. Okay, we failed to fetch it. Why we failed to fetch it? So just see just let's see once with the API. So fetch products, let's see, uh, by using get product we should get the products. Yeah, so here we are getting the products, but there we are not getting the products. Let's see whether we have wrote the same thing or not. So this is the link to get the product, all the products, and let's go to the product API and let's see. um, http://localhost 8080 slash products slash fetch products. Yeah, it should be working fine, I guess. So failed to fetch product slice. Okay, on the product slice of, then the product slice lies in 37, on the 37 product slice. Hmm. Actually, we are not sending any response, so I think for that reason. So let's first convert the data into JSON. Hmm. Response.json. Okay, so it's the data, and then resolve the data. I want it in object format, and now let's check it once by reloading, and now fetch products failed. Hmm. So it is getting failed most probably because I think we need to add something in our package of frontend. So here private is 2, and let's give one thing that the proxy should be http://localhost 8080, so that we don't have to write it manually every time. Okay. But I don't think that is going to solve our problem. So let's check it once for this. So in our products API, let's remove this part. Let's save. Let's see. Reload. And now it is not showing any error. Okay. So it is not showing any error, and probably in our console it should show. Okay, we need to console log the data. Yeah, so it is showing a promise, so we need to write await response. Now it should show us the data. Okay, now it is showing something else, that in promise. Okay. hmm Here we have the products, so fetching, we are fetching the products, and here we are getting the response. Fetch products, and let's console log the response first, but I don't think we are going to see. Yeah, so this is the response, obviously. um okay, so it is going to the URL localhost 3000, but we have added the proxy of 8080. Okay, so it should go to http://localhost 8080. huh the front end. Hmm. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's start the server once again, and I hope this time it is going to show us with localhost 8080. Hmm. Okay, it is not showing anything like that. So maybe because of the backend. So here we have written backend version index scripts. Um, in the test we have written this, and also write the start and nodemon for the nodemon scripts. So for the start, just write node index.js, and for the dev, just write nodemon index.js is for the development. Okay, but where's the issue? In the package we have used proxy as http 8080. Hmm. But it is going to look http localhost 3000, and okay, yeah, I don't know why it is showing here that it is fetching from localhost 3000, but yeah, it is showing our data directly from the backend. As you can see here, it is showing us the data. So we have got our data in the front, in our front end. So yeah, in the product API, we are printing the response, not the response, actually the data here, and here we are getting the data, and we are resolving the data here, because as you can see the data is in JavaScript format, and also it is open, so we need to put it in an object. So we are writing resolve this, and after resolving the data it should go to package slice, sorry, product slice, and in the product slice we are receiving the data here. So here product fetch product async, here it is showing the data, it is returning the data as a response dot data, and here we can save the data in a variable. So let's make a variable which will be like, we don't actually need the value, we need the product. So let's make a array of products which will be initially empty, and whenever some products will come there, like we will receive some product using our fetch product async, then we are going to put the products here. So products equal to action dot payload. Okay, so in the action dot payload we are going to get the value which is returned by this fetch product async, and using this we are going to give it in our product, and it is going to put it in our state. So in our state we are having a product variable which is an array which is going to contain our data of products. So let's see, in the dev tools, the redux dev tool, you can see that now we have the product. Inside the product we have the products, and inside the products we have like the products is an array, as we have made the array, and inside the array we are going to have the object of our or the object of our product, right? So as you can see here, let me make it a bit bigger so that you can see. In the chart you will be able to see it in a better format. Yeah, so here in the state we have the product, as we have made the product here, and actually this is not the one, this is for this one, so I need to cross it out. And yeah, for this we have the product here, and this is the product reducer, and inside the product reducers we have two variables, the products, which is an array, and the state, and inside the products array we have the products, which contains the values or the object. Okay, so we need to show this object. So for that we need to get the object in our product list. So go to product list, and to get the product we need to use the use selector. So for using the use selector we need to use it here, somewhere between here, um, yeah, here we are going to use so use selector. So I'm going to store the product array here, and going to fetch the array of product, as you have seen, equal so const product equal to use selector. Initially, as we have two products here, just rename it by clicking on it two times and then click F2 to rename it. So just write product 1 so that it don't give us any errors for now. So yeah, it have two products, and now we are going to write a variable to get the product from our state, which we have stored from the backend. Like the product came from the backend and we stored it in our redux store or redux state. Okay, so const products equal to use selector, and we need to import the use selector, but use selector is also not getting imported, so we need to import it manually. So just write import use selector. Ideally these things work like the imports, but I don't know why it is not working. So react redux. Okay, so from here we are importing use selector, and in this use selector actually we also need to make a selector so that we can get our products. So go to product slice, and under this select count just make it select product. Select products equal to state, and state dot product, because it is the reducer name, and after that you need to give the variable name, which is this one, products. Okay, now we can use this selector to get our products. So just copy it and paste it right inside the use selector. Okay, and that's it. But we need to import it. So for importing it, just import it by clicking control slice space, sorry. So now all the products are in this variable. So if I will put it here in the map, it is going to map through the variables and should show us, but it is not showing us anything. I wonder why. Let's see. In our products, it should show all the products, but it is not showing. But for products one, it is showing all the products. Let's see. Let's console log products, and let's see inside the console. So inside the console we have our array, and it should get mapped. We should be able to get the map of this and show it here, but unfortunately we are getting some errors. It's because whenever we load our application, the data is also getting the we are getting the data from the backend, but actually it is taking some time, so we are not able to get the data that fast, but the interface loads really quickly, so we need to wait for some time to get the data. Okay, so for that what we can do is we can check it here that whether we have the product or not, and if we have the product, then we are going to show the product, otherwise we are not going to show the product. So inside this I'm going to write um, a code that is, if the product is available, so if products is available and it is not zero, then I'm going to show these stuffs until this. Yeah, so I'm going to put it inside a bracket. So if the product is there, then you can show this, otherwise you can show a diff that is no product is available. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I did something now. Let's see what I did wrong. Okay, now I did it. So I need to put it inside a bracket because I'm writing JavaScript or JSX. So yeah, now it should work. Just write product here, products, and still it is giving some error. Let's see where is the error line. So 134 line. So in the 134 line, it is not getting image. I think the data which we have provided doesn't have any image. In the image array it is empty. Okay, so we forgot, we need to take data which consists of images. I don't know why this data doesn't have an image. Okay, so let's take a data that does have an image. Something like it has images. Night legacy canvas. So let's copy this one. Yeah, copy this one, and now let's use the postman, and inside the body by in the raw going to put JSON and remove the create, update, and all the other things like the discount price and p minus minus everything, and the ID also, and just write here create product and make it post, and now send. Yeah, now it is saved. And why the images are getting empty? Okay, the images are getting empty, I don't know why. Now also I think I am going to get the images as empty. Okay, I think we did something wrong in making the model. So go to product models, and here in the images I have given type string and required is true. Okay, I have written image here, but in here I think I am giving images. It is named as images. Yeah, I was right. So I need to make it images. Give an S here. Please don't make this mistake. I have made this mistake. So yeah. So let's first remove this one and hit refresh. Now we don't have any data, and I'm going to send the data. Images are here. Now let's see. And now we have the images, and in the database also we are going to get the images. Just hit refresh, and as you can see we have the images, and this time I hope that we will be able to see the data and there should not be any error. Yeah, so congratulations, you can see that we have fetched the data from our backend successfully, and now we can add some more products and show them in our backend, in our front end application. And now we are going to make the other things, that is the filter, the filter with color, category, size, and also filter with best rating, newest, price, low to high, and high to low. Okay, so let's make these stuffs. Okay, so let's create the category filters. Now here if you will see that we have certain filters here, color, category, and sizes, but in our original application we have gender, kids, color, category, sizes, etc. So here in the gender we have three subcategories, in the kids we have two subcategories, and in colors we have many subcategories, like it will be around 10. Then in category we have around 20 to 30 categories, and in the sizes also we have 15 to 20 categories. So we are not going to write these things manually. We can write kids, we can write gender, because these are only two and two to three. But in the colors we are going to fetch them from the database itself. And if you remember, I have told you in my initial videos that we are going to fetch the color, categories, and sizes from the database itself. So to fetch the colors we need to put the colors in our database first, and for that we need to create a model to fetch our colors, category, and sizes. So for that, let's go to our backend and create three models. First one will be color, the second one will be size, and the third one will be category. Okay, and similar like that. And for the color we are going to make a model for the color. So const mongoose equal to require mongoose. Okay, and then I'm going to use schema, const schema equal to require not required, const schema equal to mongoose, because we are going to extract the schema from the mongoose itself. And then color schema, const color schema equal to new schema, and here I am going to write name, and then we need to add the class. So you can see in the database itself, okay, not this one, this is our localhost which we are making. So in the colors, yeah, in the colors we have three properties: name, class, and selected class, where the name is the name of the color and the class will be the class used in our tailwind css, and the other one is selected class, which is like rgb 249 115 and 22. Okay, so like this it is going to look like this, our object. And for the category we have two things, the label and the value. So label is the name and value will be the value of the name. So in most of the cases the label and value are similar. Then we have sizes, and the sizes also we have label and value, where the label is the name and which we are going to show, and the value will be where we are going to apply it. So first the name in for the color, the name, class, and the selected class. Yeah, and for the selected class. Now for the name, the type will be string, and the require will be true, and unique will be true. Okay, and for the other three also we are going to do the same thing. Okay, don't forget to give comma. Yeah, so and then we need to export the model. Export dot color equal to mongoose dot model. And then if you remember, we did the same thing for the product model. I'm going to leave it in the right side so you can see. So we did the same thing and we are going to export the model. So exports dot color equal to mongoose dot model, and here it will be color and color schema. Okay, mongoose with color and color schema. Okay, looks good to me. And similarly for the sizes also we are going to do the same thing, but the difference is here it will be label and then it will be value. And um, the selected class won't be there. And um, for the schema we are going to write the name as size schema. Just type like click on F2 and it is going to change, like whatever change you will make, that change will be changed in the variable, which like those places where the variable is used. So size schema, and along with that also change the number, uh, the name as size and the exports as size. Okay, so everything looks good to me. I'm going to copy it and paste it in a category, because the as the schema is the same, I'm just going to change the name of the schema as category schema, and along with that the name of the model as category, and the exporting name as category. Okay. Hmm. So yeah, so we have made three models. Now we need to make the controller to make APIs to get the models. Okay, so we are going to make three controllers, one for the category, then the next for the color and size, to fetch these data. So category .js, then size.js, and then color.js. Okay, and now we are going to make first for the color. Okay, so for the color we need to make a function. So exports dot I'm going to name it as fetch color, because it is going to fetch the colors for us. So fetch color equal to async and request response, and try, um, we are going to apply try catch, so that if there is an error then we can, like the flow of our application we won't get hampered. So try catch error, and then console.log error. You need to give like the curly braces here. Okay, then we are going to console log the error, and then we need to send the error as a response also in JSON format. So yeah, um, we have made the error handler, and now we need the color. So const colors equal to await. So similar to the products controller, in the fetch product we have applied let query equal to product dot find. Here we need to add a await. I forgot about that. Okay, but yeah, await should be here. So here also we need to apply await. So actually here we don't need await because it is just a query, and here we are executing it. So whenever the query will get executed, we need to wait for that part of the code. So here in the colors we have const colors equal to await color dot find, and we are want to get all the colors, and here only I want to execute it. Otherwise we need to make another constant, so that will be hectic. So just write execute here, so it is going to execute, and we will send the response with status 200 and JSON color. Okay, so like this we are sending the response. So we are ready with our fetch colors. Now we can test it once, but first we need to also make a route for that. So just write color.js, and here we are going to make the route for the colors, to fetch the colors. So for making, let's see the product routes. In the product routes, so we first need to require express, const express equal to require express, and then we need to make the router. Okay, and we need to also import it, but whenever we use it, it is VS Code is going to import by itself. Okay, so const router, okay, const router equal to express dot router. Okay, done. And then we are going to get the router, like we are going to use get operation, with slash fetch colors. As we are going to make only a single route for getting the colors, we don't have to write here fetch colors, but you can write it, it's your choice. I'm not going to write it here. So exports dot router equal to router. Okay, and here we need to fetch the color. So just click on control and then space, then click on the option, so it is going to import by itself, or you can also write it manually. Okay, now as we have made the router, we also need to like go into our index, and here we also need to add server.use with slash we can write colors, I guess, colors, and then let's put color router dot router. Okay, and now let's import the router as color router. So const color router, colors router actually, equal to require dot slash route slash color. Okay, so here in this variable we are going to get the color route, and then we are going to use it in our slash color route. Now let's see whether it is working or not. Go to postman, create a new request, and now http here, not product, it will be colors, and send the request. We are getting an empty array because there is no data obviously here in the colors, not actually here. We are using this one. Yeah, so here we don't have any colors, so for that it is giving us error. But if I reload it, you can see that a color model is made up, or a color collection is made up. So we can import data here. What we can do is Hmm. So here in the front end and back end in our main directory, I am going to attach some files, like some of the JSON files which are going to contain the data. So these are the files which is going to contain the data. Okay, so let me show you once. So this one is for the colors, where the name is orange, the colors are BG orange 500, and the selected size are of this one, similar to what we made in our models. Let me show you. In our color model, as you have seen, name, class and selected class, so similar to that we have made. So what we can do is we can copy it from here and go to our database, our local database, then go to colors collection and then import data, and can use colors.json from here and select it, and then we can import it. So as you can see, we have successfully imported it. And now if I go for checking the route, we can see that the colors are coming here successfully with an ID. Okay, so we have successfully wrote the code to fetch the color data. Okay, and now I am going to make the code for fetching the size and the category. So for that, just go to controller route and copy it, and then go to size, paste it. We are going to fetch use the same tactics here, fetch size. Okay, so let's write it, fetch sizes, and here in the models we need to write size, and here also size. Okay, so here we are going to get the size, and we are going to fetch the size. Here it won't be color, it will be size, and here also sizes will be here. Okay, so and here also sizes. Yeah, so other things look good to me. I guess everything is, yeah, everything looks good to me. And now we need to make the router. So just copy the color router and go to size router. We need to make the size router actually. Okay, yeah, here. So size.js, and put it here, and just remove this one, and here write fetch sizes, and click enter, and that's it. Now this route will be used for the colors, and then go to index.js to include the size route also. So here will be sizes and sizes router. Okay, and then we need to import the sizes router. So sizes router equal to size. In the routes we are going to go to size, and we are going to import the router from here. Okay, so yeah, let's see the console once if there is a error. Okay, there is no error. There was a error because we have not imported the sizes router, but we have imported it now. So for that, it is showing the error. Okay, now for the sizes we are not going to get anything, I guess. Yeah, so it is empty. So for the sizes also we are going to do the same thing. Like whenever you send the get request, it just make a, yeah, it just make a collection here, as you know, but it is empty. So let's import the data for the sizes. Yeah, here is the sizes. So select it and then import it, and Now it is going to show us the data. So hit send, and as you can see, the data is available to us using this API. Okay, yeah, nice. So we have also made the API for the size, and now the next for the category. So just copy for the size and go to category and paste it. Name it as category from model slash category. Okay, and then instead of fetch size, right, fetch yeah, fetch category or categories, I guess, because we are going to get a lot of categories. And now for in place of sizes, just write categories. Okay, by mistake I did that, so it will be categories, and here it will be category. Okay, so we are importing the category model, and then we are using it to find all the categories. And the next thing is um yeah, so the next thing is we need to make the route for this one also. So category.js, and here let's make one for the category, which will be um similar to the size. Just copy the size and paste it here, and rename, just remove this one, and then fetch categories. Okay, that's it. And now we need to also include the route in our backend. So here categories, and then category route, or categories router, and then now we need to require it categories router, and then route slash category. Okay, and now just write categories and hit enter. It is going to show a blank because we have not gave anything to it, but if you will refresh it, you will get to see categories. Actually, in the models of the category, here we have wrote category, but the MongoDB is a bit smarter, so it made it categories. Okay, the plural term. Okay, so import it, and then click on the category JSON and select it to import it, and now it is imported. Now we can hit send, and as you can see, we have also made the API for the categories. Now we want these categories to show us in our front end of the application. So just close the backend and go to for front end again, and inside the src go to components, and inside the components go to category filter. And now we are going to like fetch the color, the sizes, and the categories from the backend of our application and show them in our front end. Okay, so let's do that. So for fetching the data in our front end, we need to make certain changes, like here in the category filter, we need to, like in here in the filters, we have subcategories here. But first let's make the for the filters, like here um, we have filters like gender, kids, colors, and category sizes. Okay, so like this we need to make. Okay, so initially let's make the gender first. So in the filter, just remove all other things like inside from the filter, and let's make it with our own. So ID will be for the first one it will be gender, and then the name will be gender. Okay, yeah, the name will be gender, and the options will be somewhat like the label will be men, and the value will be men. Okay, so this is the first gender. The second one will be similar to this, but it will be for the women's. Here just write woman, and next one is for the kids. So save it once so that it will get formatted, and then for the kids, okay, not for the kids, actually unisex. Okay, so the first one is for the men, second one is for the women, and the third one is for unisex. So here the options are done. Let's see now. In our application we only have gender with men, women, and unisex. Now the next one we are going to make is for the kids, so just copy it and paste it here. So now there will be two genders, so we need to change it. So the ID will be kids. For the ID, just make it small handed or lowercase, you can say. So kids, and then for the label it will be boys, and the value will be boys. Okay, and then girls, and we don't want this, so the second one is for the kids, which will only consist of boys and girls. So gender is done, kids is done. Now for the color, so initially let's make for the color, and then for the category, and then for the sizes. So let's see, yeah, we need to make the changes. So now the first one will be for the colors. The next one will be category, and the third one will be size, like this. So color is done, color is done, category is done, and size is done. Let's see. Okay, I'll just refresh the page once, and you can see colors, categories, and sizes. Now we are going to import the colors and put it like yeah, so we are going to convert, we are going to fetch the colors, the categories, and the sizes from the backend, which will be from the database. So similar to the products, we are going to fetch everything. So here we have to go to our Redux tool in our products API, and let's make some functions to get the colors, the sizes, and the categories. So let's make three functions. First let's make one function for fetching the colors. Export, sorry, not export, yeah, export function, fetch colors, and here we don't have to give any parameters. Even here also we don't have to give any parameters. By mistake I left it, but okay. So this is the function to fetch the colors, and in here we are need to return a new promise, um, which contains a callback function, and here give async because we will be using await here, because we need to wait for the response to come. So for getting the colors, this is the API. As you can see, we are getting the colors here. So like this I am going to do the same thing. So const response equal to await fetch, and by fetch I need to use, as we have already given the, like, in our package we have already written that the proxy will be this one, so this will add it whatever request we will give. Okay, so here fetch slash colors. Okay, so yeah, this is enough, and then we can give some data. So const data, like, we need to convert the response into JSON. So await response dot JSON, and then we can console log the data just for now. After that we will also resolve the data and put it in our redux, in our store. Okay, and then go to product slice, and now let's make a function to get the color. So for that we can make a function. So export const fetch colors async, we can name it, and here create async thunk. So this is a pattern which you must follow, and product fetch colors. Now you need to make a async function here, and inside the async function you will make const response equal to await, okay, await fetch colors, and we need to import it the fetch colors, but make sure you import the fetch color from the dot slash product API, not from the backend. Okay, sorry, I made the mistake. Yeah, so from the product API. Okay, it's the same function which we made just now, and then return the response dot data. Yeah, so like this we have made the function of fetching color async. Now we need to call the function with a dispatch. So where can we call the function? Initially I was thinking of calling the function from the category filter, just like um, in the category filter. Let me show you. Here we have already made a use effect similar to this. I am also going to use the dispatch, and here we need to write the function that fetch colors async. And now if we will open our application, we should be able to see that, yeah, so we are getting our products, like, so not products actually, our colors, yeah, our colors here. And now what we can do, we can now use the array. We can make a variable, and array variable, and in that array variable we can put these array, the color array, and after that we can use it. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, we can actually do that, but I was thinking that it will be better if whenever we load the application, then the like the colors should get into the state, because we are going to use the these colors, the colors, the categories and the sizes elsewhere also, like in our individual, whenever we will be showing our individual product. At that time the category filter is not going to, like, it is not going to start. So for that reason we need to write this dispatcher on a function where we, like, whenever the application loads, it should get into the state. Okay, so I'm going to cut it from here, and also going to remove from here, from the import, and I'm going to go to app.js, and inside the app.js I'm going to put this one. So I'm going to make a use effect here, because as you know the app is the first one to load. So for that I'm going to use the dispatch here, and I'm going to put the line here, uh, and we also need to write the dispatch, like in the dispatch variable we need to use dispatch. So const dispatch equal to use dispatch. Yeah, and after that just import this one also, fetch color async. So now I believe it should work now also. Yeah, it is working. As you can see, it is working fine. We are getting the product API. We are getting the products from the product API. And the next thing we can do is we can save it in our state. So let's go to products API, and similar to the fetch product, we can resolve the data. Response.json, and then we are resolving it. Remove this one and save this. So it is showing a error, like, what's the error? Resolve is not defined. Okay, here we need to write resolve, and yeah, so it will get resolved in the promise, and we will get it in our product slice. And here we are going to get the response and return the data. And here we need to make two add cases. So one is when the colors load, and the other one is when the like when the color will get updated and when the color will get load. So hmm, so like the first one only we are going to do the same thing. Just cut this semicolon, not semicolon actually. Okay, yeah, so for it will be fetch color async, and here also it will be fetch color async, and here we have the state of loading, and here the state will be idle, but the it will be stored in a colors array. So let's make a colors array. So colors will be like this. Yeah, so state dot colors will be like this, and we also need to make a use state variable. So export const to select, we need to select the colors. So colors equal to state, and here from the state we need the we need to go to the product, and after that we need to select the colors variable. So from the state we need go to the color, and then the colors, because as you can see, from here, from the state we are going to the product, and from the product we go to the colors. Okay, and here as you can see we have all the colors here. In the state we have saved everything in our state, and now we can use the use select to select the colors, and we can put it in a variable. So let's go to category filter, and inside the category filter, we can um, yeah, we can store it in a variable, like let's make a variable on top, where we can make the variable. Let's make the variable under the dispatch. So const colors equal to use selector, and up in the use selector, let's paste the select colors, and just click on control and then space, and then you can import the products, like the select product. And now every color is present in the colors variable. If you want to see it, you can console log here. Let's see. Yeah, so in the category filter you can see that our colors are getting printed here. So we have successfully like took our colors and put it into the state, and then from the state we fetched it using the use select to our category filter. And now but you will see one thing, that here we have properties like name, class and selected class. But if you will see in our subcategory, here in the options we have a flow, like we need to give an array of objects, and the object should have properties of label and value. So and our object don't have label and value, it have name, class and selected class. So what I am going to do is I am going to use this name and make it a value and label here. Okay, so how can we do that? I am going to make a function for that. So we can make a function out here. Let's make a function. So make it const, what can we name it? We can name it convert to new label value format. Convert, or convert to label value format. Convert color, let's make it color to label value format. And here we are going to give the input, which will be an input array. Okay, so the input array will be this one. This one will be the input array, the whole array which consists of objects. And okay, we need to give the curly braces. And now inside this convert color to label value format, we are going to manipulate the input array. So what we are going to do is, we are going to make a new array out here, which will only consist of the label and value, and we need to map the previous array with item, and we will return using this new array. We will return the label will be like the item dot name, and then the value will be item dot value. Okay, so actually item dot name. Okay, so label will be item dot name and value will be item dot name. So if you don't know what this function is doing, so let me tell you. So input array is our this array, and this array is consist of several objects out here. And from the objects we are from the map we are returning the item name and the an array. Actually, we are returning an array with two variables. The first one is label, which will be the item name, and the value will also be the item name. Okay, so let me show you the array now after changing. So let's name it something like modified colors. So called modified colors equal to convert colors into label, and then colors, as we saved this variable out here. This is the same color, we are giving it in our function, and now we want to modify the colors. So let's see now, console.log modified colors. Let's see how it is looking. So here uh, in the category filter, actually we have wrote one more console.log here, so just remove from it for now. So in line 96 you will see, in line 96 of category filter, you can see that now we only have the array of object with orange and value as orange. Okay, so like this we have manipulated the array according to our need, and now we can show it out here. Like, as you know, this is an array, so we can put it here, but this is on the top, the filter is on the top. So what we can do is we can cut from here and just like place it after this modified color, so that we remove the console log. And yeah, the modified colors will be placed in the options of colors. So it is taking an array like this one only, so we can place this array out here. So here will be modified colors. Now let's see in the colors. Yeah, so in the colors, as you can see, we have successfully added the colors like this. Yeah, and now we need to add the category and the size, but we don't have to manipulate in a similar way which we have did in the modified color in this function, because in our, like, in the category and the sizes, we are going to have the values in the same format, like it consists of label and value, similar to what, like similar to how we need it. Okay, like we need label and value, it have the same pattern, the label and value. So yeah, it's the same thing, we don't have to change it, we just need to take it out from the backend. So let's do that. Let's go to product API and do the same thing. Going to copy it and then name it fetch colors, not colors actually, fetch size, and then fetch category. Okay, and here it will be categories, and here will be sizes, similar to this one, sizes. Yeah, sizes and sizes. Yeah, good. And then categories. Yeah, good. So, and the data will be saved, and yeah, everything looks good to me. So here we are fetching the sizes, and here we are fetching the categories. And now we need to go like add the fetch category async and fetch size async, similar to the colors. So just copy it 2 times, and then to fetch sizes async here, and fetch category categories async here. Okay, and fetch categories right here also, fetch categories, and then fetch sizes. Okay, so everything is well and good. And in fetch colors, you need to write fetch sizes, and actually make it fetch sizes in the product API, fetch sizes, and in not category it will be categories. Okay, fetch categories. Save. Now here it will be fetch categories, import it, and here it will be fetch sizes from product API. Okay, so now we have the fetch sizes also. Now we need to put it into a variable. So let's make uh, yeah, so let's make two variables which will be two empty arrays, and the names will be sizes and categories, and the sizes, um, the data from the backend of sizes and categories are going to store in these variables. And after that, okay, we need to set it. So just duplicate this and write fetch sizes async, and for the sizes just write here sizes, and similar for the categories also, fetch categories async, and here write categories. Okay, yeah, so now these things will be saved, but initially we need to dispatch them also. So I am going to do the same thing, like I am going to add the dispatch in the app only. So here the dispatch will be fetch fetch sizes async, and then fetch categories async. Now let's see, in our store we have products, and inside products we have successfully fetched the sizes, and we have successfully fetched the categories. Okay, well done. And now we can use it by making the use selector. So product slice, inside the product slice, yeah, product slice. Actually I have wrote a wrong spelling out here. It will be product, duct, product slice. Okay, so hit save, and wherever we made these changes, just replace them. I am expecting that there I have also stored here, so product slice will be here, so product slice, yeah. And yeah, everything looks good to me. Let's go to product size and make selectors. So the first one will be select sizes, and the second one will be select categories. Okay, and here you need to write sizes and then categories. Okay, now let's see. Inside the products we have the sizes and we have the categories, and we can now go to category filter, and in the category filter now we can fetch the sizes and the category in the similar way we have fetched the color. So here write select sizes and select categories, import the select sizes also, yeah. And then here you can write sizes and categories. Okay. And now we can place the sizes in the sizes options and the categories in the category options. Now let's check. So in the categories, as you can see, we have successfully gave all the categories, and in the sizes also we have provided all the sizes. So yeah, congratulations, we have successfully done it. And also in our products, we have many products, but in here we only have a one product, so we need to put the product in our products in our database. So do the same thing here also. In the products, just delete this one, and now it is not going to show anything, obviously. If you refresh it, it is going to be blank. Then import the data, and you want the products, so click on products and select and import all the data. And now all the data is here in the database. Now click refresh and you will see all the data out here. So here we have all the data now. So yeah, we have shown all the data. Now the next part is we are going to filter everything with the sizes. In my next video I am going to show you how to filter the products using these categories like the sizes, the kids, the colors categories, and everything else. Okay, so see you in the next video.